Friday evening.
Turn right to stay on Three Sisters Road, then you will arrive at
Just arriving at the Three Sisters Circuit paddock. It's about just before 8 o'clock. It's a nice dry night. The paddock's well floodlit here, so it helps when you've got to set up and it's dark. So we'll be getting set up tonight because we've got quite a busy day tomorrow, so it's nice to wake up and not have to do any setting up.
In 200 yards, make a U-turn.
Just on our way in, so we'll get parked up and get sorted. So here we are, Friday night at Three Sisters. We've just got set up in the paddock. There's quite a few here already tonight. The good thing with this paddock is it's well floodlit, so even if you're setting up and it's dark, you can still see pretty well. Got a good spot there, pretty much up against the edge of the circuit, which is just beyond that red and white wall. Trailer's still hitched up to Hattie, the motorhome. Got the motorsports gazebo up, nice big gazebo. Both bikes underneath, covered up.
Stars, but I just saw the shooting star.
Forecast the possibility of a couple of showers on Sunday, so we've got the full set of wets for both bikes. Good evening, Mrs. H.
Hello.
Is it nice and warm in there?
Yeah.
So we're hoping we get a dry day tomorrow, so at least we can make the use of this outdoor space. Very true indeed. Home is where you park it. Daniel tucking into his, is it tomato soup?
Yeah.
Tomato soup. You can just see the part of the circuit there in the distance. So I'll sign off now because I'm ready for a cup of tea. Good morning from Three Sisters. Saturday morning. We've been through bike and clothing check, which has to be done at every race meeting for those that don't know. And you get a little sticker to say you've been through check, and you get a little scrutineering card which shows that you're then ready to sign on, ready for the weekend's action. The sun is shining. We have our drinks. We're sat outside in the sun. It's starting to warm up a little bit now. It was quite cold first thing, but it is the end of September. Hattie is looking good. So just explain to you what Mrs. H is doing. We have a whiteboard, and then we basically write down our schedule for both days, so we know what time we're out, what race we're out in, and it just saves a bit of stress, or trying to listen to the tannoy, which you can often not hear once the generators and bikes starting up. So this helps us a lot. We hang this up outside just under the gazebo so we can have a look. The paddock is pretty full now. Before practice, there's the usual checks. We top the bikes up with fuel and do the tyre pressures, and I normally just like to make sure a couple of things are tight before we go out, and then hopefully all will be good. So as we're both out, there won't be much in the way of race footage, so I will try and get as many vlogs done as possible, so bear with.
So practice 1 is done, or 1A as we are now known. They've split our class, our race, into 2 races now because the grid was too full, so they've got a separate up to 500 race and then an Evotech race. So how did practice go? A bit rusty. I kept losing my back wheel when I was braking. It's a very twisty circuit, but I think it's just cold tyres. As they warmed up a bit, things seemed a bit better. Had a couple of close shaves, but that's what it's all about. the main thing today for me is that I actually complete a race and then I can lose my horrid novice jacket, ta-da, which is full of holes from my sidecar off. So we'll see what David's up to. David's handlebar grip, his throttle grip is coming off and he has now removed it, ready to use some crazy strong glue. But hopefully he'll be quick enough to get back on before it dries. And then they're just calling out practice 4 and we are practice 6. So not be long and we'll be back out. Catch up with you later.
So that's qualifying done for both of us. Yeah, it went alright. Track's still dry. I've not raced here since 2005, so the first session I was quite rusty, but it seems to be coming together now for me. Shannon's had a couple of near misses. She was on the grass at the same right-hander on 2 occasions, and the second time she was very close to the barriers, which was a bit unnerving, and I was right behind her at that point. My chain's a little bit slack, so I'm going to adjust that for the start of racing. Race 1 is after lunch, so I'm onto that. But apart from that, all is good. No bike problems. So let's get busy, get this chain adjusted, and then we'll be getting ready for a bit of lunch, and then it's on to race 1 for us.
Hello, welcome back. Hello, Mr. H. So we've been out for race 1A, our first race, and we only managed 4 laps because there was unfortunately quite a bad incident and the race was red flagged. So we're just waiting to hear if there is a lunch break now or not. And we're going to look at raising my foot pegs because I'm taking most of them off each time I go round the hairpins. And at some point I'm going to come off if we don't move them.
And for those that don't know, a red flag means instant race stoppage, so you have to basically, most of the time, stop on the part of the circuit where the red flag's being shown and not proceed any further.
Well, they literally jumped out in front of me.
Yeah.
With the red
it was
flag.
quite a nasty incident on a part of the circuit where you don't want to fall off, so hopefully they're okay, so we'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed for them, and we shall see how things go later. Bye for now.
So race 2 for us is coming up. Fortunately, our first race was red flag. There's quite a nasty crash, so hoping the ride is okay. We don't really know yet. Our race 2 is coming up in about probably 20-25 minutes, so we need to start getting ready for that. There's just 1 or 2 very small spits of rain in the air, so we're hoping this dark cloud will pass over before our race, because if it does rain, we haven't got time to get the wet tyres on before race 1, which will be very interesting. So, need to start getting the kit on and get ready for our second race.
Here we are after race 6.
Well, our second race.
Our second race, hello Madeline. The first one of the Evo Streetstock category, which I think is known as race 6 in the programme. It had a restart. It was red flagged after not even the first full lap. 2 bikes had quite a serious crash. They've been ambulanced off and have gone. Hello Madeline, the poser. So we had to wait, and then we restarted. We got another warm-up lap, got a restart. We both had good starts, didn't we, Mr. May?
Yeah, we did.
There he is. Yeah, so good race. Yet to see the results. We had about 4 or 5 offs during that race, so not sure how many people actually finished, but we shall go and have a look and see how we fared. Hopefully another second or 2 shaved off that one. Woo. We'll see you later. Bye.
So Saturday evening, racing is over for today. We've made our way by taxi down to this nice little place to eat.
We found the kids some Wi-Fi that is free.
But it's got Wi-Fi, so that's always a positive.
I've fallen off the
As
wagon.
you can see there on their electronics, whilst we've got a little bit of wine, So what's on the menu? Mrs H, what are you eating tonight?
Cheese and potato pie and chips.
Very nice. I'm going for the Hunter's chicken. And then I think we're going to go for pudding as well. So yeah. Yeah, let's feed our faces. Just leaving the, whatever it's called, eating venue. Pretty tired now, ready for getting my head down and Hattie the motorhome.
Pretty drunk.
Shannon says I'm pretty drunk, but I've only actually had one.
3.
I'm just tired.
3.
And the sign outside the pub says, muddy paws and boots always welcome.
What's the pub called?
You've got matching coats.
What's the pub called?
I don't know. Oh, just waiting for the taxi back to the paddock. It's about a 5-minute drive. Then we're going to go back to the motorhome and it's bedtime. What do you reckon, Mrs H?
Bedtime for you. Where?
You're on candid camera. Good morning from Three Sisters. We're just waking and rising. Noticed the new bedding to match the colours of the van. Very nice. Mrs H is still snuggled up.
Just waiting for her coffee.
There's a few more vehicles arriving for today because some people just do the Sunday, some people just do the Saturday, and some do the whole weekend, which is what we do. Feeling it a little bit this morning after 4 races yesterday. We don't normally do 4, it's normally 2 or 3. This is an interesting fact for you all. This bag is made of the leather that used to be my racing leather suit. My wife very kindly got this done for me. This was my old racing suit from back in the day, and it's now a bag which we put our clothes in. Someone that specialises in converting leather suits into different things like bags and wallets. We've also got a wallet made out of the same leather, which is pretty cool. So it's time for coffee. Kettle's boiled, so let's have a hot one. Morning again from Three Sisters. We've just done our first practice session. Just got enough laps in to do our qualify for today's races. We get 2 practice sessions, so we'll probably do the same in each practice session, 3 or 4 laps. Madeline's just having a breakfast. What are you having for breakfast, Madeline? Yum, yum, yum. Kellogg's. And what drink have you got? Fresh orange juice. Not a bad choice for breakfast. Mrs H has also done her first practice, so the paddock is busy now. Weather's looking good at the moment. A little bit overcast, but no wind. It's mild. Mr H is number 30, Mrs H is number 130. So, just going to check the tightness of a few things on the bikes, because it's surprising what can work loose on race days. And then we're getting ready for practice number 2. So we're into the afternoon at Three Sisters. As some of you will probably be aware by now, Shannon came off in practice this morning. She was struggling with consciousness. As you can see, the helmet here is trashed because it's took chunks out of it. So this has been the second new helmet for Mrs H this year. But she's up and about now, very confused, doesn't really know what day it is, doesn't know what she's doing here. the medics have taken care of her. Got her bike back now from the holding area, where if you fall off, they have to hold the bike for some time till it's allowed to be released. So Shannon's bike is there to the right. There's going to be a few repairs doing on it and some damage repair. But this is the last event for us now this season. Some of you aren't aware that the season actually runs from March to October, so this is our last one this year. So we've got the whole of winter to get Shannon's bike sorted, and of course work on both bikes through the winter, ready for next year. So yeah, I'm still continuing with my races today, although I'm not particularly in the greatest frame of mind, because basically if I fall off and hurt myself or can't drive or bang my head, we can't get home, because we do have 2 kids with us as well, and we've got a 2-hour drive. So I'm just going out and enjoying my races and just getting round and finishing them, and then we will start getting loaded up ready for the drive back.